Cold iron, warm hands. They said the wind at Camp Kestrel could cut through steel, but that wasn't true. Steel bends. The wind-up there just whispers until you start to listen. My name's Staff Sergeant Eli Rourke, U.S. Air Force. I was stationed at the edge of nowhere, an early warning station on the Alaskan coast, a cluster of gray concrete buried in snow. They told us it was to watch for missiles. I think we were guarding something older than that. When you live out there, you start to hear things. The generators talk, the pipes sigh, the ice shifts in its sleep. But that night, it wasn't the wind or the metal that woke me. It was the tone. A single note came through the radar console, clear as a bell. Not static, not feedback, just one perfect frequency. It was so pure it made my teeth ache. That was the night Dr. Liana Park arrived. She stepped off the transport with snow tangled in her hair and eyes that looked like they'd seen every storm and survived. Civilian contractor, systems engineer, smart, quiet, the kind of person who didn't waste words. She smiled when I took her bags. Her hand was warm against mine, and in that moment, the entire base felt a little less dead. The tone came again during her first shift. She leaned over the screen, frowning. "That's not us," she said. "It's structured." "Structured how?" I asked, like a message. We stared at the waveform together, two silhouettes in the blue glow of the monitor. The sound pulsed, almost like breathing. Then it stopped. After that, strange things started happening. Drones went offline. Radar feeds scrambled. The dome lights flickered at exactly the same intervals as the tone. Liana said it was synchronization, something external aligning with our systems. She wasn't scared. I think she was fascinated. The rest of the crew tried to laugh it off. We told stories to keep warm, about Moose in the motor pool, or the old mechanic who swore the Aurora whispered his name. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching us, just beyond the edge of the storm. One night, Liana found me on the catwalk, staring at the lights. "You ever think maybe we're not supposed to be up here?" she asked. "Then who is?" I said. "The ones who built the signal?" We watched the Aurora shimmer. Green, purple, white fire across the dark. Then, for the briefest second, it shifted. The ribbons of light bent into patterns. Not random, not natural. Shapes, symbols, like writing. The radar howled. The tone returned, louder than before, and this time it spoke in bursts. Long, short, Morse, but wrong. "Too fast, too clean, Eli," she whispered. "It's targeting the base." Alarms went off. Systems overloaded. We scrambled to shut down the receivers, but the feed looped through every backup. It wasn't jamming us. It was talking to us. Liana's fingers flew over the keyboard. Decoding fragments, vectors, coordinates, something about reclamation. Then the lights went out. We were left in the dark, with only the hum of something huge outside. The ground trembled. Snow fell from the rafters. I ran to the blast door, but when I looked out through the slit window, the horizon wasn't empty anymore. A shape stood beyond the wire, black against the aurora. Too tall, too thin. Moving like smoke-given bones. "Is that—" I started. "It's a transmission," she said. "A physical one." Before I could ask, the figure raised its arm. The sky bent. A column of light reached down, slicing through the snowfield, and the dome's instruments screamed. The signal had found its source. I grabbed her hand. "We need to get out," she pulled free. "No, we need to understand it." Liana, but she was already moving toward the console, hair whipping around her face, eyes locked on the screen. The signal filled the room. Not just sound, but vibration, pressure, emotion. It felt like standing too close to a storm. I tried to pull her back, but she whispered something I'll never forget. "It's not a weapon. It's a door." The next instant, the light swallowed her. When I came to, the world was silent again. The power returned one circuit at a time, lights flickering like tired eyes. She was gone. No body, no trace. Just the console still humming with that single tone, now softer, like a heartbeat. Command sent a recovery team 2 days later. They found nothing unusual. No signal, no entity, just a man raving about light and wind. They shut down Camp Kestrel, classified it as equipment malfunction. But I know what I saw. I left the service after that. Couldn't sleep. Couldn't stop hearing that tone. Sometimes, late at night, I'll turn the radio dial all the way past static, and for a heartbeat, I hear it again. That perfect note. And in it, her voice. Eli. Doors still open. Maybe humans weren't the first to look up at the stars and wonder. Maybe we were just the first to answer back. But I'll tell you this, whatever was waiting on the other side, it listened. And it remembered the sound of warm hands on cold iron.